Let's talk about the best practices for committing code. First of all, your commits shouldn't be too big or too small. We don't want to make a commit every time we update a file. That's just useless because we'll end up with commits like update file 1, update file 2, update file 3. It's just useless. On the other hand, we don't want our commits to be too big. We don't want to wait and implement a feature end to end before committing it. We don't want to code for 3 days and then make a commit because the whole point of committing is to record checkpoints as we go. So if you screw up, we can always go back and recover our code. So try to commit often. In the real world, you might commit 5 to 10 times a day or even more, depending on the kind of work you are doing. But this is just a basic guideline. Don't take it as a rule. Don't try to aim for 5 or 10 commits a day. So as you're coding, as you reach a state you want to record, then make a commit. Also, each commit should represent a logically separate change set. So don't mix things up. For example, if you're fixing a bug and then you accidentally find a typo in your app, you shouldn't commit both these changes in one commit. You should have 2 separate commits. One commit for the typo, another one for the bug fix. Now, if you accidentally stage both these changes, we can easily unstage them. I will show you how to do this later in this section. Next, you should give yourself the habit of creating meaningful commit messages because all of these messages are going to show up in history. So if your messages are cryptic, they're not going to be helpful to you or other team members. Now, if you followed my previous advice, if your commit represents a single unit of work, it would be easier to come up with a message for your commit. If you're doing too many things in one commit, you're not going to come up with a good message, okay? Now, in terms of the wording, most people prefer to use the present tense in their commit messages. So instead of fix the bug, you should say fix the bug. If you don't like this convention, that's totally fine, but whatever convention you use, make sure that you and other team members stick to it. So always take these best practices in mind when committing code.